Hey guys! Alright, tonight I thought I'd try to put something together pretty quick. I've been getting a lot of questions about the air launcher that we've put on the GT500. So I figured I'd just spend a couple of minutes, explain to you guys and show you my setup. Let's talk a little bit about... We put a BMR parachute mount and that kit on the car. I decided that after that last event that we went through that I was over loading that spring and packing the parachute. Can it be done? Absolutely. I mean, everybody does it, but I mean, almost everybody bitches about it too. So I was looking online, I couldn't find like a pre-made mount for the car. So I found like this universal mount that I thought maybe it works, maybe it doesn't work. So I just picked up the phone and gave them a call. And just so happened the universal was more meant for a Fox body. So it really wasn't going to work for what we were trying to accomplish with the car. So just so happened they had an S550 at the shop, and he used that in order to kind of make and modify his universal mount to work for the car. So the person I got it from. So I reached out to Mags Fabrication, and I'll make sure that I link it into the description. Mags Fabrication, gave him a call. Mags put me one together. And there's probably a couple of things that, you know, some of you might want to do different on yours, and that'd be really a conversation to have with Mags. And one of the things is he left the push bar pin in there because he wasn't sure if I wanted one or didn't want one, and it works, but obviously I gotta lop that off myself. I also wanted the pitch to be just like it is, and the reason being is I wanted it just under the lip here in case I wanted to go to a drag wing. I think I've kind of since talked myself out of it, but that was my original thinking, because if I would have did a drag wing, like, it would have been just on the money. I mean, spot on. That being said, if going back to lopping off the push bar pin, if you took that off, you could slide it in and have some additional room to get that closer to the back if that was, you know, the look that you're going for. I mean, obviously if you talk to Mags and you know you're not doing drag wing, you wanted to pitch it up or whatnot, it would be more of an aesthetic thing than anything, because as far as deployment, I mean, it's been deploying well. What got me thinking about going ahead and doing the video today is that I got the Stroud D-bag for the air launcher. So now the bag is kind of built in, it's got winglets, so I would assume that this thing is going to launch out even better than what it already was. I really wasn't having an issue with it, but I do like the new bag better. So my setup. So most of this I got from Sam at Coastal Dyno. And Sam originally had got me a kit for doing the air release. All right, so all I've done is from the air release kit that Sam sent to me and got for me is I just add the launcher kit to it. So when Sam sent me the kit, it had obviously the cable, it had the air release handle. He sent me all the regulators and everything I needed, and the bottle and all that. I think I put a couple of screws in my spare tire deal, which will basically, you know, for the GT500 is just going to have your air compressor and all in it. I think I put a couple of holes here. I can't even remember. Maybe I might have used the existing holes, but let's just say that I did drill, because I don't remember. The air release is actually mounted to a bracket that was already in here, so I didn't drill any extra holes there. As far as routing all the stuff around, the airlines and whatnot, I actually just routed through a grommet that was already here and through the diffuser in the back to go to the launcher. Now, when I did the parachute release, I actually drilled a hole in my bumper right here by the tag. It wasn't a big deal to me. However, if this isn't something you want to do, then obviously you could route it up under. I mean, it's you don't have to drill a hole in it. It just it wasn't a deal breaker or a big deal to me to put a hole in the bumper, in the grand scheme of things of what I was doing. So when I originally had just the air release, I believe, there again, I believe Sam sent me the button the clock spring kit, and everything I needed for mounting it, I think. Don't hold me to that. I may have went out and bought the clock spring kit separately. I don't remember, but you know, obviously if you pick up the phone and give Sam a call over at Coastal Dyno, he would be able to get you fixed up. I did mine over here on the left hand side just because I didn't want it close to the paddle shifter, and it, you know, I like it. That's my setup and it works for me. So on the back, so the air launcher and all that was there. Now I believe that the release is set at 80 pounds. That's its maximum. So when I originally set this up, I didn't want to do a dual regulator kind of setup to where I had to have one for the release and one for the parachute. Obviously, if it was needed, then I would have done it. But I just tied it in and teed it in and started testing it at 80 PSI. Super simple. And so far, I've had 0 issues with deployment, and that was without even the air launcher bag with the winglets on there. So I haven't had an issue with it, so there's no need for me to do the dual regulators and everything. And the reason why I'm bringing that up is because that seems to be a question that a lot of people ask is, you know, what are you setting the pressure at, and can you do it with a single regulator? Do you need a dual regulator? Yada, yada, yada. And I did not. Now, when I bought the air launcher kit, and I'll be 100% honest, I really don't remember where I got that from. I'll try to look that up and figure that out. But the air launcher kit came with some lines, some fittings. It came with the on-off switch with a little T-fitting, okay? And the rest of it was already in there from where I did the air release. So it's pretty simple and simplistic how it works. So when I'm at the track, usually in the staging lanes, I will turn on my bottom pressure, okay? And as you can see, I got it set at 80. And when we got everything set up, I got to preload the bag. So what happens is that it applies air into the cylinder. You got a plate behind the bag, okay, that's going to preload the bag, and it's putting pressure against it. So then when we go and we make a pass and we hit the air release handle, it opens up. This is preloaded, launches the bag out the back, and voila, parachute. And before at 80 psi, when I originally done this, like it was shooting the bag just sitting in here in the garage like 3 feet out the back. So I mean it's definitely plenty of pressure to launch the bag. Now with the new Stroud bag, like I said, it's got little winglets on it. So once it catches the air, it's just going to deploy the chute even better and probably faster than what it was, obviously, with just the regular bag on it. But I was using the regular bag while I was, you know, getting the other stuff set up. Because at that point, I was just kind of testing to see and make sure it was gonna work and be groovy the way it was. So the switch right here, and you're gonna see how it preloads. So it's preloaded the bag. All right, and if we go and we hit the switch up on the steering wheel, the release is going to happen. Obviously, you know, you have the lock on it. Pulls the preloaded cylinder is going to push the bag out the back, and you're off to the races, or you're at the end of the race, however you want to say it. Now, once I get pulled over and grab a chute and knock all the debris out of it before I put it in the trunk, I reach in here and I release the pressure off of the cylinder, and then you'll be able to just push the cylinder in, you know, and put your chute on the trunk, and then I get back to the pits and go through the menagerie of loading it up. But you know, once you've loaded the bag and you put all this together and you're not having to worry about that spring, man, life is so much simpler. And I'm fortunate because I have somebody, you know, I have my wife at the track with me 99% of the time. So I literally always have somebody that can help me when loading my chute. So I'm not doing it by myself anyway. But now, I mean, it just ensures. I mean, the last thing I want to do is sit there and fight with a chute in the pits and getting it loaded up. It's just, it's literally a convenience. item. So that being said, that's the setup. The mount came from Mags Fabrication. You can reach out to them, let them know that you saw the video, Billy Jack's deal. I think there's some other guys that have reached out to Mags already about getting theirs set up. Just like I said, because there was nobody out there that had, I guess a pre-made bracket. And I don't know if he's got some of these pre-made just waiting to ship out now or not, because now I've been fortunate enough to have mine a couple of months and kind of test it out, and I've been super happy about it. Now, obviously, if you guys have got additional questions, hit me up. I'll try to answer your questions as best I can. And until then, we'll see you on the next one.